Not long after a chance encounter with Terrestrial the Mage, Eleanor went with her father to deliver goods to the market at Stonepeak Castle. The market was alive with activity, and Eleanor soon became amazed by the hustle and bustle of the castle as she looked out from her father's cart. When Eleanor's dad stopped to begin unloading the cart, he allowed her to venture off to meet with her friend Charles, the son of the blacksmith at Stonepeak Castle. Eleanor found Charles by a fruit stand in the market and ran over to greet him. "Hello, Charles," said Eleanor. "I knew I would find you by the fruit stand, though I did not know you could fit so many cherries in your mouth at the same time." Charles looked abashed as he wiped the cherry juice from his lips before he began to speak. "Hello, Eleanor. The cherries are just so delicious I can't help myself. But please, promise me that you won't tell my father that you saw me eating so many. He warns me that I'll never grow big and strong by eating only fruit all day. It's just not fair, though. It seems that no matter what I eat, I don't grow any bigger. Sometimes I think I just wasn't made like him." "Your secret's safe with me. I won't tell Aridin if that is what you wish, though I may ask for some cherries in return," responded Eleanor. As Eleanor finished speaking, the clang of sword against sword rang clear in the day. Charles turned his head and exclaimed, "Do you hear the sounds from the sparring grounds? Let's go see the Knights of Stone Peak." With that, Charles ran through the market towards the practice area with Eleanor trailing close behind him. Upon reaching the gate to the sparring grounds, they beheld a marvelous sight. The great knights of Stonepeak Castle stood at attention circling the sparring area as two prepared to joust in the center. The armor of the knights glistened in the afternoon sun as their horses began to pace back and forth. Soon the riders steadied their steeds and prepared for the match by lowering their lances. In the blink of an eye, the two knights reared their mounts and charged forward, quickly narrowing the gap between each other. In another moment, the knights met as their lances shattered against each other's shields. Both knights remained seated, though, leaving no clear victor to the match. "Did you see that?" exclaimed Charles. "What an amazing sight! The Knights of Stonepeak Castle are so great they cannot be defeated, even by each other. Sometimes I hope that the shadow creatures will invade again, so the knights and mages of Kaladin will ride south to rescue the true king and defeat the Shadow Kingdom."
"Be careful what you hope for, lad,"
said a strange voice from behind Eleanor and Charles.
"We have seen many great battles, both recently and long ago, and we can tell you that they are nothing to hope for."
Eleanor and Charles turned to see two nearly identical dwarves standing side by side. In fact, Eleanor had to look down slightly in order to meet the dwarves' eyes, as their stature was slightly smaller than her own. The dwarves wore a strange golden armor and had a crest of crossed warhammers painted on their shields. "Hello," she said. "I'm Eleanor Carter, and this is my friend, Charles. I have seen many people at Stonepeak Castle, but this is the first time I have had the privilege to meet a pair of dwarfs. What brings you to All River Island, if I may be so bold in asking?"
"My name is Dina,"
said one dwarf.
"And my name is Doma,"
said the other.
"and we come from the great dwarven city of Karam-Dur, a place you may know as the City at Water's End. After the fall of Karam-Dur, we fled to Westfall to make a new life in the iron mines there until our home city can be retaken. Though Westfall too now has fallen, and we come to All River Island with counsel and warnings on the spreading shadow."
"Westfall has fallen?" asked Charles in a confused tone. "If that is true, then this is indeed dire news. That would mean that not only has the Shadow Empire once again resumed its conquest to the north, but also that they have managed to overrun a fort on the western bank of the Great Basin, almost within shortboat distance of All River Island."
"You are indeed right, young sir,"
responded Dina.
"and so says our warning for the court at Stonepeak Castle. Prepare yourselves, young ones, for though you may lack in years, courage will be your greatest aid in the hardships that are to come."
"Thank you for your wisdom, Dina, and for your news, Doma," said Eleanor. "And though I wish we could speak all afternoon, I know that you have very important business to attend to at court. Yet, before you go, I would ask you one more question. If you were truly at the Battle of Water's End, do you know if King Paramore was captured alive, or if he fell in battle?"
"That is a question many have asked, yet none have truly answered," responded Doma. "Or I can tell you that I did see your king's banners riding towards the castle just before the surprise attack started. I could barely make out the figures of knights and men-at-arms fighting the shadow creatures as the queen and other nobility fled through the rear guard. The king's banners remained at the front for as long as I could watch, until I was forced to divert my own eyes in order to protect my own life and try to defend my own city. And with that, young sir and young man, we must leave you, for we have important business we must attend to.
It was a great pleasure to meet such an extraordinary pair of dwarves, said Eleanor. I wish you luck in your journeys and hope that you're able to reclaim your home city soon.
I believe our struggles will become harder before they become any easier, but I also believe that one day we will return to our home city. Be strong, young ones, and farewell in whatever's to come, said Dina.
And as the dwarves turned away, so too did Eleanor and Charles, no longer enthralled by the practicing knights. As they walked through the market and returned to Eleanor's father, she couldn't help but think how the dark rumors were quickly becoming true.